you made that.
Silent Hill TDS, J. Leo, Hitchhikers. Check. I'ma spit fire and propane. Keep a little baggie and some veggies, your romaine. Zombie ass bitch tryna eat up the whole brain. While this bummy ass nigga still asking for more change. Get your taste buds lit, popping right under your tongue. Lighting up a sharp string, feel like it's chopping your lungs. Smoke another leaf to the head, feeling like Danny Phantom. Got a medicine jar in my car full of zany samples. Running with the factions when my rations getting low. Get down on the flow, blood races like I'm whipping blow. Shit show for show, I don't know, I just release and go. Can't hear what you're saying, this sweet too loud and you're speaking low. Johnny smoking haze in a blaze, I got heat to throw. Then I'm let the heater flow and send you to the heat below. Think it's a game, I pick the dice before you let them roll. Think I'm insane, but from the start I never had control. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale of the moonlight? Have you ever laid with a demon with the flames by your bedside? Smoking the air, sipping on spirits, get the mood right, get the crew hype. Middle fingers to the blue lights, dancing on your grave while I gaze into the moonlight.
Rolling through the city, heart is empty, but I'm feeling frisky, knowing I can make it even though these niggas want it in me. Got some rolling papers and some bitches, yeah, we getting litty, feeling out of place. Fuck it, I got my niggas with me. We on a long road, smoking trees and bagging hoes. Love is faded, I'm jaded, consequences are never told. Running out of character, the real me is getting old. Facing the facade, 50 shades, and I fall below. I'm on some new shit, underworld a new bitch. Your loose lips tangle you up, I guess this news fits. I do this, spitting some fire in F doom hits. The sun god bringing some light, now watch your mood switch. Hieroglyphs when writing scripts, now my stable conquering. Conjuring some spirits in the valleys where they die and quit. Just a gladiator on a righteous tip, still sharp and steel, but I'm colder than the Arctic gets.
Cheer. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Walker Moore. As you see, the big homie Nick Shine is here tonight. He, happened to keep his old ass up tonight. Look at that. Hey, I was gonna say if you got some Gucci, but we know that didn't happen. But
why we gotta be mean?
My bad. I gotta take my shots when I can. Yeah, you and Mel get your fair shot in. So I got.
And I'm taking mine too. I just broke up a little bit.
I know. I just did too. I'm about to roll up too in just a second.
I was watching your video like this in the beginning. I gotta tell you, man, that fucking song is very, very catchy. There's times like I'm diabetic, so I wake up and I pee a lot in the middle of the night. And I'll be like walking to the bathroom, like, have you ever pissed in the pale moonlight? Like, I'm fucking like singing the song.
Shout out to 40 Water, aka Silent Hill TDS. You see what's going on by the screen. Good friend of mine. I've been knowing that guy. We go way back, like 2 seats in the Cadillac. So shout out to him. Shout out to him and Jay Leo. What's going on, Matt? How you doing, homie? Another day, another dollar. You already know how it is. But look, y'all know the deal. Like I said, 40 Watt Silent Hill, J Leo. Go give him some love on the YouTube page. And while you're over there on YouTube, go show up some love on our YouTube page. All right. So go on the I.O.W Sports Network, our YouTube page. Give us a like, share, spread the word of what we got going on. Comment, get involved. I mean, that's where all our content is at. That is where it is at. We are also on Instagram. You see it scrolling. The address is right there at the bottom of the screen, I.O.W Sports Network, as well as Twitter at I.O.W Sports 1. And please, go on over to the Facebook page, I.O.W Sports Network. That's where we keep all the hooligans like Matt on the Facebook
if you're blessed
page.
Like me, some of the hooligans are allowed on the show.
Yeah. And some of the hooligans come on the show. I.O.W Sports Network. Give yourself a chance to, talk freely as the public. Drop a take, drop a meme, spark conversation, and that Cash App at the end of the address you see at the bottom of the screen. Drop $30. Give us an address. This official I.O.W Sports Network cap will be headed towards your address. if you so choose to please. And as well as that Facebook page, we do have the link to the rest of our I.O.W merch. Our hoodies are mad comfortable, really comfortable. T-shirts are on there. The official, unofficial J. Edwin collection, the Detroit Mail heads up is on that link as well. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. But without further ado, we know how we get down. We do things different here on the late night show. We got some.
Can I ask you a question real quick before you get into it? Right behind the computer, I have the air conditioner. Is it too much noise on the microphone? Is the mic picking it up, or you smooth? I
don't hear it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I just didn't want to have it overlap.
No. You good, bro? I don't hear it. So, without further ado, because my team hasn't been doing so hot, but every now and then that we come up with a top play, I'm gonna throw it on here. So without further ado, we have one top play, and do we have another one? I got two tonight, but this is what happened today. Royals Cardinals day baseball. Take it away.
Pitch is out over the plate and hit the deep center field. Taylor is at the track. He's at the wall, and he caught it. Michael A. Taylor got his foot on the wall and catapulted himself up and may have taken a home run away from Kisner. He did. Michael A. Taylor robs Kisner to end the bottom of the fifth.
I love it. We don't get a lot of highlights from our Royals. So yeah, you damn right I put it on there.
That was your highlight?
That was one of them. You mean, hey, bro, when you rob a home
I
run,
could give you a better highlight, and I could say it 10 times in a row. Yankees win. Yankees win. Yankees win. That's only 3, and I was annoyed with myself. I thought I'd get a reaction out of you by then. 10 in a row, baby.
Isn't it past your bedtime?
Why do you think I'm bringing this shit out, man?
No, that don't wake you up.
I'm about 20-something beers deep, and I just picked up 16 and got home right before the show started, and I'm bringing out big boy balls.
Oh, my gosh. This guy. Come over here being the hater.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
We'll be the good co-host and stop ragging on my squad because
I didn't rag on your squad. I just said,
no, that's your highlight. I got a highlight better than that. 10 times in a row.
That's all. That's like showing me. Oh, man, that is not the first long brown thing you stuck in your mouth.
Oh, my gosh. First of all,
it's a new day. It's a new joke, brother. It's
first of all.
So I will say this. The Yankees winning 10 in a row and you showing a robbing home run highlight. That's the equivalent of the Chicago Bulls winning a championship. And you're like, look at Magic Johnson make this layup.
I know
you're busy rolling on the blunt, so I'm just going to bust your balls until you're done. I'm about 20 deep.
Sometimes I like you, sometimes I don't.
I know.
Trust
me, dude. You think you're the first fucking person in my life to say that to me? Matt, here, I got this.
What if it makes you feel better?
Right. Haven't they been doing good? Haven't they been doing well? I also help teach English. How many beers deep? I had 9 Miller Lights at home while doing the I.O.W podcast, and then I hopped on my buddy CJ.
Yeah, shout out to CJ.
Yeah, good people, real good people.
I
had a few more beers there, and then I went next door to the pizza place, and I probably had 10 beers and 2 shots while there.
Tim, what's up? Tim? It is ooey time. I just finished rolling up. I'm about to spark this thing. Hopefully, our homie.
We need somebody else to come on the show to talk while we're smoking.
No, it's okay. I'm at the spark in a second.
All right, we got to pretend like it's a circle. So your show, it's a late night show. You go first. You hit it first, and I'll talk.
No.
When you've cleansed the palate, then I'll go. We're a community, man. We work together. We help one another.
Yeah.
Pass. No, Can you tell everybody my nickname? Puff Pass.
No, sir.
You can say it. I can't. What's my nickname on the show?
Nicka.
Spell it so everyone understands.
Nicka.
Puff
Relax,
puff
y'all.
pass. You gotta emphasize the K. It's the most important K in the history of the world.
Important K, but no.
Just don't say it 3 times.
Yeah, not 3. One is enough.
Awful.
We'll finish these top plays. Hopefully, Melvin Wall will join us in a second. But this happened earlier today. Earlier in this.
What are you going to show me next after that? Riveting
No,
a kindergartner tying his shoes for the first time.
You know what? That is the highlight I'm about to show you. The kindergarten doing their thing. You see the bunny ears on his joints.
2 days ago, this shit was Velcro.
They went crazy. But no, Miles Bridges or Mikal Bridges, Devin Booker with the alley-oop. Good defensive play. So this is a good highlight play that happened tonight in the Phoenix-Dallas game.
In that 3 games he played against Utah, averaged 29 points, but a turnover, 2-on-1. Bridges gets it from Booker. What a start for the Suns. Well, we saw a lot of this at Doncic. He's got 2 of them early.
How about the lob here from Booker to...
Yeah, love a good lob, but I love a good lob after some good defensive play. They forced Luka into a bad trap, threw the ball away, and next thing you know, the Phoenix Suns were off to the races. So let's start our conversation like this. I got 3 Road picked up original glue the other day. Some OG. Okay, Matt. Yeah, we'll roll up there.
How are these things? For everybody, how are these things?
Those are papers. Yeah, those are papers.
It's a pre-rolled cone.
Yeah, so pretty
My
much.
buddy Ray, you've seen NJ Ray pop in the chat.
Hey, so all you got to do is just pretty much stuff it, and that's it.
It comes with like a
yes
cocaine sniffer too, which is weird.
Oh, sir, that's not a cocaine sniffer, but you
it's
can.
like 2 in 1.
You can. I know you can use it for that, but that's not what it's for.
I see you,
sir. This is how I know that you're a rookie at this, because that is
complete.
that is used to actually when you pack it and to push it down. All right, to stuff your cone. All right, because with those cones, because with those cones, you need it to be thick. You need it to be filled. Matthew Smith, what's up? First time seeing you here.
That's my buddy Matt. He's from the NFL Chaos with Jeremy and my Jet channel. I plugged us today, and he popped over.
Nice. Come on over,
Matt,
man.
Occasionally, late night, I will puff a little bit to help me relax.
Yeah. Break up your butt and fill the cone. Thank you, Matt. He doesn't know. Yes, Tim, you're right. It's ooh-wee 101 for Nick, because he's not a smoker like me and Matt. So I gotta educate my brother, because I don't want him out here on the streets.
I stick with the 24 ounces, man. Yeah. This is me. This is my comfort zone.
Yeah, but I do it for you, bro, because I don't want you out here looking silly, bro. We got a reputation.
I love looking silly, bro. It's my comfy zone. For Matt, I'm not high yet. I'm pretty drunk. I've been drinking since the 4:00 show we did this afternoon, and I just picked up some more. And I think I proposed to my driver, Rosa, who's from Elizabeth. I offered her weed. I offered her to come in and drink some beers with me. I even bought her the supersized Slim Jim at the liquor store as a token of love. She denied. She's not here, obviously. She denied. She goes, "Oh my God, you're 43. You look so handsome." She's like, "I'm not into white boys, but you're very handsome." I go, "Sup?"
Yeah. No, she lied to you to make sure that tip was right, bro.
Oh, all I need is the tip. Matthew, this is what I normally do, but my buddy Ray, who's a big fan, came over and brought the cones for the draft on Friday night, and I gave him some bud, and he was like, "Here, take these in case you need them." So that was the first time I broke it out. But no, I haven't smoked yet. I told Lamar he can go first and then let me go. But this fucking hog has hit that blunt 6 times before.
First of all, I just sparked this. All right, I just sparked this. You're not gonna house me on when I smoke my joint. All right, All right. Aren't you supposed to lift up people and not shoot them down? Well, see,
That's what I'm telling Rosa. Like, girl, I like poured my heart out on the line to you, and you just drop me off and leave. What do you think you are, an Uber driver?
yes, that's exactly what she is.
Girl, I was talking about building a future.
But I ain't mad at you for hitting on the Uber driver. I ain't mad at you for
shot.
that.
She shot the first shot with saying, "Oh, you're handsome for a white boy. I didn't know you were 43."
Hey, you're supposed to shoot your shot. You're supposed to shoot your shot.
She's like, she goes, "I'm 28.7."
What? 28.7?
I swear to God, I swear on my fucking kids.
The fuck is 28.7?
She goes, "I'm 28.7." I thought she was trying to say there was a language barrier. I'm not gonna lie. I thought she was saying 24/7. She's open all the time, but it did not come out that way.
Yeah, please don't go that route. Of course, on the day show, we always got breaking news that pop off. So, and you know what? You were 100% right, Nick. But DeAndre Hopkins suspended. Check out what happened with him.
I'm Bridget Condon with some breaking news just into the NFL Network newsroom. Arizona Cardinals wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins has been suspended 6 games for violating the NFL's performance-enhancing drug policy. I want to bring in Ian Rappaport. Ian, what more can you tell us about how all this went down?
Well, the Arizona Cardinals now lose one of their star receivers to the first 6 games of the season. For DeAndre Hopkins, obviously, it has been a difficult and frustrating couple years. Ended last year prematurely with a significant injury that ultimately resulted in surgery. And, this has been one of the more durable players in the NFL. Barely missed a game, especially with his time with the Houston Texans. Got up to a great start in Arizona, now ends last year with an injury, and he's going to have the first 6 games on the sidelines now because of this PED suspension. As far as the details, we do not know the specifics just yet, and we may not. That's how these things work sometimes. This is, but is final, though, and the fact that it is out, the fact that it is official means if he appealed, it is now over. So he is being suspended, really nothing hanging in the air now. And then for the Arizona Cardinals, this does add some context to one of the big trades of the draft, Hollywood Brown going from the Baltimore Ravens to the Arizona Cardinals. Wasn't just to give Kyler Murray an added weapon, it was also to help the team deal with the loss of DeAndre Hopkins for the first 6 games.
Yeah, Ian, so we knew that the Jaguars got Christian Kirk in free agency from the Cardinals. You just kind of alluded to it, that Thursday draft trade that everyone was thinking about, Hollywood Brown from the Ravens to the Cardinals. How long do you think the Cardinals have known about this, and who else can we see stepping up during those 6 weeks that DeAndre Hopkins won't be on the field?
Well, I'll say generally teams and the player know about this for some time. If there was an appeal process, it takes a long time. It takes, often months. So I would say this is, certainly not a surprise to the Arizona Cardinals. It's not good. No one wants this to happen. No one wants this to be the case at all, but at least they are aware of it. But yeah, there are reinforcements to help the team deal with the loss of a really good player. For 6 games, they have now Hollywood Brown officially as part of their team. They also signed A.J. Green recently. They, I know, had some trade talks about Andy Isabella. Seems like he'll probably stick around now. That would make some sense. Rondell Moore, 2nd rounder, still on the team. So they have certainly enough to deal with this, but it's not something that anybody wants. But now is reality for the Arizona Cardinals.
Crazy thing. So you hit it right on the head, Nick. Obviously, the Cardinals knew about this for a minute. That's why you make the trade for Marquise Hollywood Brown. You hit that on the head today at 4 o'clock. So they definitely knew about it.
Just so you know, that text is to you and Matt. I didn't want to say it on air, but it's coming in. That's Matt, and that's Lamar. Jacko, that's Lamar on the text. You should have it now, because that was my thought process, and I went full screen when I saw that beautiful creature.
You're ridiculous. You're absolutely
I thought that woman was a beautiful, beautiful creature. And I thought the worst thing in the world that the NFL Network did was put that logo right there in the block zone.
You're ridiculous.
Look at this, Tim. Look at this, Matthew. And then Matthew. I'm trying to get some decent viewing at night. and they put a Cardinal logo across the heavenly gates. I don't even know what to do. She was my play of the night, and they had blocked it with a Cardinal logo.
You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
I'm honest.
No, you are. But
I'm honest. That's
here's
what people love about this show, that we don't sugarcoat shit. We don't.
No, we don't. Matt said he couldn't believe he tested positive for PEDs, alluding to something in his supplements. We don't know.
And it's obvious that Arizona knew about it.
Oh, yeah.
He dropped his appeal today, which means when the draft hit and after they already lost Christian Kirk, they knew that Hopkins was going to be out for a while. And what did they do? They supplemented that blow by taking a trade and trading for Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too beautiful to be covered up, man.
No. You're absolutely right. You did you did hit that right on the head. So here's the unfortunate thing. So here's the unfortunate thing with losing DeAndre Hopkins for 6 games. Christian Kirk, who obviously is no longer there, was the leading receiver last year. AJ Green, the second leading receiver, he is back, so you do get that. That's a benefit.
Is that a benefit though,
bro?
Is that a benefit, or is it just like, all right, this is putting duct tape on a drop transmission? It might hold it in place, but it ain't gonna work the same. That's a really good reference too for being shit-faced.
All I'm saying is AJ Green was the second leading receiver last year, played all 16 games. He played 16 games. Second in receiving yards. So it's going to be his second year in the system, so he knows it. You know what I'm saying? Zach Ertz is coming back. Rondale Moore, who we both loved, is back. Second year in that system, so you can imagine he's going to have better growth. Andy Isabella, they're probably going to keep now. Honestly, I think you have to. I don't know. Look, obviously, we know how great DeAndre Hopkins is. You lose that for 6 games, but he missed 6 games last year. So between last year and this year, this is the most games he's missed. He's only not played 2 games his whole career since 2013. You know what I'm saying?
But he missed a bunch down the stretch. Those 2 games were just this year. We're talking Hopkins?
DeAndre Hopkins missed 6 games last year.
Okay, before that. Okay.
Before that, he only missed 2
I missed
games.
that part. I was breathing in at the time. I'm sorry.
So before that, he's only missed 2 games. And so here's my thinking. When you get some of these older players that have been very durable, they get their injury, there are going to be times where, you can't take steroids that can help you, recover faster. And it's not necessarily used for performance enhancing, but it's more used for medical benefit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's going to happen to their schedule those first 6 games, right?
Oh, they're going to put the cupcakes up there first.
They're going to play Seattle 6 times. I know how to read sarcasm, and this is obviously sarcasm. But you know what? Kyler Murray might be like, yeah, you know what? I want out now. You let Kirk go. You let Hopkins get suspended. Well, you didn't let him get suspended, but Hopkins is suspended. You kept AJ Green. You got Rondale Moore. You trade for Hollywood Brown.
I think you still got weapons, no?
Hollywood Brown is the low-budget porn version of Hollywood. It's not elite, high-budget Hollywood type of player. It's bottom of the barrel like Hollywood. It's like Jay and Silent Bob Hollywood. Shout out to Matt, lives down the Jersey Shore. He understands that reference. But it's not elite quality play like with Hollywood Brown. You're going from one mobile quarterback who has issues with timing and getting the ball out on time to another smaller version. Like I don't know, man. I feel bad for Marquise Brown because of the draw he got and where he's got to go. But
wait, hold on. Are you sitting here acting like Kyler Murray's trash?
No, but I think without Hopkins, Kyler Murray will be trash.
Well, he's played.
You lost Kirk and Hopkins. Yes, I think he will be trash this year.
I'm gonna say this. I don't
6 games is a long time, man. Your season could be over at 1-5. Hopkins ain't coming back, and you're going 10-1. Like, you are going to be a very, very lost season, and there's going to be turmoil in Arizona off of this suspension because the quarterback who's had an issue with your organization is going to have a bigger issue when you didn't do more, knowing that this was going to be the scenario.
Yeah, but wait, hold on. All right, so I think me and you have a different value evaluation of Marquise Brown. I'll say this: I don't think Marquise Brown is the wide receiver that's going to change your franchise. I think
he would be a very good number
solid.
2, but he's always been asked to be the number 1, and now he's going to be the number 1 again until Hopkins gets back. That's where the failure comes in because he's not a number 1, dude.
Well, he's not a number 1, but by default in Baltimore he was. Because no, I take that back. He wasn't even the number 1 in Baltimore. That's all Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is option number 1.
That's a tight end. I get that. But as
saying,
receivers, you're dealing with the number 1 corner. They're not putting a number 1 corner on a tight end. You're going to use your linebackers, or you're going to use a slot guy to bracket it with safety over the top, guard on the corner on the bottom.
And you're right. So even though Hollywood Brown, he probably still saw the number 1 corners because by default he was the number 1 by depth chart, the number 1 receiver in Baltimore. By default, not saying by talent wise or skill wise.
By default, and by neglect the position.
Yes. So that's where me and you agree at. Here's where I think we differ. I think with him being in that position, I think in Baltimore, he can withstand still being in that position in Arizona. He may not necessarily be the production guy in Arizona, but both me and you love Rondale Moore. Don't tell me that man can't play football. That man can play some football.
I like Rondale Moore.
Yeah.
I was very big on him last year coming out of the draft. I know all his stats. I know his speed. But now you're losing Kirk and Hopkins. And I think Brown is a less wide receiver than Kirk. So you're going into this season as your third wide receiver.
I would put Christian Kirk and maybe Marquise Brown almost on the same level.
I think Kirk is a little bit ahead. He's a little bit ahead. Like I would have liked to see both of them on the same team and see who could do what. But where you're at now, that's a bad situation. Now, they let Chase Edmonds go. He went to Miami.
Are you saying Arizona's a bad situation? They were 11-6 last year. What is bad about 11-16?
They lost Kirk. They're losing Hopkins for 6. They lost Chase Edmonds. That's what's bad about them. I think they were 10-1 at one point, or 9-1, or 9-0. They were the last undefeated team at 7-0. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was
like 7-0 or something like that.
And they were the last undefeated team, and they ended up 11-6. So you're talking 3-6 over your last 9.
Yeah, and
that's bad football. That's very bad football.
That's football.
New York Jet style football.
Okay, that's bad football at the wrong time in the season. But what I'm saying is now there's a good possibility that turmoil you said with the Cardinals at the bad end of that backside of that season last year. Okay. So pretty much the 6 games with DeAndre that he missed with injury last year. Now you miss him for 6 games at the beginning. Let's go ahead. What I'm saying is now, and obviously we got to see when the schedule comes out with the NFL later in the month. And obviously they got to play come September. But if you take those 6 games that replicated the last half of last season and go ahead and throw it in the front of your season, I think the Cardinals are going to be bumpy. If they can get out of those first 6 games 3-3, it's a blessing. But I wouldn't write them off at the beginning of next season. I think more once they're 100%, DeAndre Hopkins is back, all the complement tools, you actually know what kind of team you're looking at. You know, there's been a lot of movement, free agency. The draft just happened. So, you know, I say obviously it's too early to predict what they're going to look like and what they're going to be, but 11-16, I can't say that's a bad situation. They're in a if you ask me, Marquise Brown, he goes from a good team to another good team. So he didn't get traded to a lesser team.
He goes to the same team. He goes to a team that has a quarterback with pocket passing issues. He goes to a team that isn't what they used to be in terms of their defense. They had a good run a few years ago with Patrick Peterson and
point, Matt.
And did Mathau ever play there or no? Matthews played everywhere.
He got drafted there. Remember, he got drafted there.
Yes.
He had a couple. He had a couple of ACL injuries, and then he played 1 year in Houston, and then after that, he came to Kansas City in 2019.
Matt, I see nothing wrong with that statement.
Are we being homers? No, hold on. Are we being homers?
No. I'm not. Let me explain it, because you know me. I don't do that shit. When I give my take, I give an honest, fair take. I don't ever take my Jet fandom and I'll make a joke about it. But when I give my honest take, I always want to be credible. That's why people are going to watch the show. If we are homers for our teams and we don't ever hold them accountable, no one's going to want to tune into that shit. So that's my mantra and that's my stance. I think Kyler has peaked. I think he's one of the quarterbacks that the book may be out on. And the way they plummeted this season says a lot. So what I'm going to say is Wilson hasn't peaked yet. He's just forming. So I think if you had your choice right now today and you're building a team, you're not a Super Bowl contender, but if you're building a team, I think you take Zach Wilson over Kyler Murray, because I think Murray has peaked. And it's not me being a homer for Zach. It's my assessment on Kyler.
Hold on. So and give me your evidence on what you think he's peaked. Like, give me something. You can't just tell me that you think he picked.
3-9 down the end, or 3-6 down the end in the last 9 games. I don't know. It's like, I feel that you can limit him if you keep him in the pocket. I feel he's a smaller version of Lamar. And I feel that if you can double or shut down the main wide receiver. Oh, yeah. It's like an Indian porn movie. It's very, very low budget.
Oh, what?
Not that I've watched them, but I grew up in Island in New Jersey, so it's a big transformation over the years. The Cardinal season might be done. Yeah, they could be eliminated. They could be the Jets. They could be eliminated by mid-October.
Okay. First of all, let's give your Jets a little bit more credit. They will be a competitive team.
I'm talking about the past couple of years. This year we're going 20-0. Oh, lock it in.
You're ridiculous.
That's the joke. You can tell the difference from my jokes.
Marquise just had a 1K season and would have had more if Lamar didn't get injured and that whole team wasn't injured. Hollywood is a wide receiver number 1. I had to go back and look at his stats, man. But if that's what you're saying, I'm gonna have to.
I have it right here. I've been waiting to get to that comment. I have it right here.
What?
Hollywood Hills, Sunset and Vine. What's the bad neighborhood? Sunset and Vine. Behind the 7-Eleven in the alley, I dug up Hollywood stats. That's the part of Hollywood that he comes from. Yes, in the 3 years, this will be his 4th year. Another receiver in the 3rd year that nobody wants to pay. Receptions, 46, 58, 91 over 3 years, rookie to now. Yards, 584, 769, 1,008. Touchdowns, 786. They've been a run-first team, and they've been a tight end first team in the passing game.
No, so they're not.
You mentioned it earlier. Yeah, Mark Andrews is a stud. He had more receiving yards and a better average than Tyreek Hill this year. You remember I brought that up one night.
Yeah.
So when I look at Brown, I see a receiver who had the benefit of a quarterback breaking the pocket and not being the number 1 threat downfield. They worried more about Andrews, and there's times he just lobbed it up, and Andrews 6'6", just jumping up and dogging people.
Which is fair. But I'm looking at his stats. For him to be a number 2 receiver, that was a pretty nice stats for a number 2 receiving option. Correct. I'm gonna say receiving option, because we obviously know that Mark Andrews is number 1 option in Baltimore. But for 1,000 yards this year and 6 touchdowns, 91 receptions as a number 2 option.
That 91 catches for 1,008 yards is really awful, because as what's supposed to be a number 1 wide receiver, which some people are presenting to me, he averaged 11.1. That's
but Nick,
that's wheelchair numbers.
But Nick, we know what the Ravens are. They're not a passing throw it all over the field, bombs away team. For a dude that's on a run first team to get 1,008 yards, I get a man his just due.
I mean, I can eat 99% of the French fries in the container when I order from McDonald's, but doesn't mean I eat the whole thing, right? Like saying he's 1,000-yard receiver, like that must be a shitty analogy because I'm high right now and I'm usually good with my analogy, so I apologize.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know where the hell you going with that.
You got like the bare minimum of the 1,008 yards.
But
Like,
bro, you acting like all these
like I can't order
Well, come on,
McDonald's
Nick.
fries,
Come on,
eat the
Nick.
whole container, and I
Nick.
drop two
Nick.
on the side of the seat
Nick.
and be like,
You,
"Oh,
but I'm saying you know enough, but you know enough football that getting 1,000 yards is not an easy task to do. You acting like this is something done by every receiver in the league. Not every receiver is getting 1K, and the man is getting it as a second option on a he's the second option to a tight end on a run first team. Man. Come on, you gotta get that man some kind of props, man.
Remember last year? Remember the draft? We did a show, and I said that the Seattle Seahawks will be 7-11, and you and Mel laughed at me, and you were the first two to laugh at me, and you're like, they got Russell Wilson. There's no way they're going 7-11. I will tell you now.
Detroit Mel, you specify
6-11. I'm sorry. Yeah, but you kind of chuckled at it too. Like, man, well, you didn't chuckle at it. You as like the host of the show, you seriously addressed it and like tried to like take me to task on it in like a credible way, not like in a joke way. But 6-11 for the Seahawks. They ended up 7-10. I almost nailed it. I'll say this right now, and you can. It's draft weekend of 2022, and at the January of 2023, the Arizona Cardinals will be 6-11.
Hey,
mark it down.
No. Hold up. This is episode 173. Trust. I got a mark on this one because if
appearance number 2,
if that take is a completely way wrong, if that's like a Corey Chin take, like that shit is absolutely trash wrong, I'm definitely bringing it up. But we're going to transition because
did you see who commented?
I'm going to laugh at regardless.
It's episode what?
173.
And this is his second late night appearance.
Oh my gosh.
So Jamel, you heard it. I'm convinced Jamel's in the chat every night just waiting for us to mention him, and then he pops up. He's like, I'm watching, bitches.
But no, we're going to transition because I asked for a guest to come on, and I'm gonna let him plug his content because they do great work over there. We've done many collaborations, but it's basketball time. It's playoff basketball time. We are in the Elite 8 round.
I'll give in a little bit.
Nah, you'll give in because
I know the NFL draft is more exciting than the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm saying we literally talked the whole draft for like an hour and 45 minutes.
I'm just saying that's how much like we love and respect Mel. Is like we're gonna swerve off to let him come in. It's my boy now, man. We agree on everything.
Without further ado, representing the Man Down podcast, I let him plug all this content. We have none other than the man, our basketball guru, Melvin Wall.
y'all always make the appearances dramatic like that, man. I appreciate it though, man, for sure.
No, but
take that banner off his handsome face.
Trust me, I'm getting there. I am getting there. Yeah, because we need the
there
full
he is. What's up, buddy?
Of Melvin Wall because as we have our draft guru and the big homie Nick Shine. When there's something that I need to be asked and need to be clarified with basketball, the man below me, Melvin Wall, is the guy that I go to. So before we get into basketball talk, Melvin Wall, please let all the people know of your content that you got, my brother.
Hey,
and then I vouch for Mel too, with Lamar and with Jamel on the show. This is one of the guys that we had a little bit conflicting opinions when we first discussed, but this is someone who I've been on his show. I vouch for his takes. I vouch for his views. I vouch for the man. This is somebody worth watching. This is somebody worth following. So all of our viewers, a couple people have come over from the Jet page. Take this info down. Go ahead.
I appreciate that, y'all. Yeah, I host a Man Down podcast, so you can check us out on YouTube, man. Definitely give us a subscription over there. And then you can join our Facebook group as well for some debates. Just like the I.O.W. Facebook group. A lot of debates and posts within that group as well. But join the community. It's a sports community, and then the YouTube channel is growing. So definitely go over there and give us a sub.
Definitely. I remember Wall. So this what you posted literally probably no more than a few minutes ago, and we got to talk about it.
All right, so I'm looking at it. They're walking to the bench. They're frustrated. The game's over. He walks away from James Harden. James gets up to go over there. Did a coach call Maxey over there? I don't know.
I didn't see nothing. It looked like he wanted to get away, bro.
I don't know. It's usually not coaches down that. Maybe the trainer.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy in the black shirt standing up was the trainer.
Yeah.
As the Miami Heat.
It could have been a coach
about that, bro.
It could have been a coach that called them over there, but
usually the trainers are at the end of the bench and the coaches are all collectively together before the players. I don't know. And the guy was standing up behind him. Coaches who usually be on the bench. That I would say that's a trainer.
Yeah.
Or somebody who sees shit's about to blow up and he's like, oh, come down here, bro.
Could have been that. Could have been that too, man. What's up, Matthew? It could have been that too. And it's interesting because I just got finished watching the Dallas and Phoenix game.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a play because Dallas made a late surge
as always,
right, to make the game look a little interesting, but the game was over. But anyway, while it was in that run and in that surge, that was doing a lot of trapping and double teaming, and it kind of slowed Phoenix down a little bit. And DeAndre Ayton had a mismatch like 2 plays in a row after they did all the rotation, and Chris Paul was holding the ball instead of throwing it to the mismatch just to get a bucket on there. And Jay Crowder kept pointing at Ayton, like, give him the rock, man. He had a mouse on him.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up not getting a good shot up. And then going into the timeout, Jay Crowder was obviously kind of annoyed by Chris Paul, and Chris Paul tried to go over to and explain to him, and Jay Crowder just walked away from him, and then Chris Paul threw his hand. So it was the same thing. You get frustrated because you want to win. So it was obviously something that Harden did or didn't do that Maxey was frustrated about. And
I tell you what he didn't do. He ain't step up. That's what he ain't did. That's what no. Hey, come on, man. Hey, look, you are without Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
You gotta bring me at least damn near Houston, a glimmer of Houston James Harden. You gotta score, bro.
Yeah.
I guess Warren Moon too. What kind of throwbacks you trying to kick out here, bro?
I guess everybody was looking for the James Harden that puts up 25 to 30 shots a game. I mean, Luka just put up 30 shots and had 42 or 45 points. He had 45 points off 30 shots, right?
What did he shoot from the field?
It was trash.
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
I think it was like 12 for 30, and he was like 3 for 11 from the 3. And he had 6 turnovers, and a bunch of garbage points at the end. He was just jacking it up. No one else. I watched the game, and I promise you, it didn't even seem like nobody else had the ball but Luka. It was the same
15
thing.
to 30. 15 to 30 for a shooter, that ain't bad. He went 4 of 11 from 3. You're right. He went 11 to 14 from the free throw line. But 15 to 30 ain't bad for a shooter.
No, that's not bad at all.
For Shaq, that would be a horrific night because that means he missed 7 dunks.
Yeah, but the whole thing with the Harden thing, yeah, he didn't force it. He didn't put up a bunch of shots, but he played with the offense, man. So I can only think that was what the game plan was. But he got to be. I'm with everybody else. He got to be a little bit more aggressive in the second half. I thought his first half was perfect, but the second half he only took 4 shots.
Yeah, and I think that's my thing. Is like, it's no secret of what needs to happen. You're missing a huge key piece for at least minimum of 2 games. We don't know the severity of that little eye situation with Joel Embiid. You know what I'm saying? And that sucks because you've been screaming it to the mountaintops. So who won that trade, dog?
Can I ask a quick question too?
Yeah, go ahead.
Harden 5 of 13 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, no steals, 5 turnovers. Is this motherfucker a net again? Because those are the numbers he was dropping when Durant went out. It was like, oh, fuck this team. That was his Nets stat line when they lost like 11 in a row.
Yeah. I mean, I told everybody after that hamstring or that quad injury, whatever he had, was it last year? It was last year, right?
I've said on the show, I want to trade a itis. That's what he had. He
That's what
didn't
it
have
was.
anything bothering.
Nah,
he needed a trade a itis.
Nick, I think that quad was a really, really bad injury, and I don't think he ever got back to the old Harden, and I don't think he ever will. You know,
there's a lot. It's like LeBron. There's a lot of miles on those legs. There's Olympics. There's not deep playoff runs for Harden, but there's a lot of miles on those legs. They came into the league at a young age, and they played a lot of minutes immediately.
Yeah, a lot of games, a lot of putting a team on their shoulder because they ball dominant. A lot of playoffs.
Hold on! Don't say
Magic.
Mel, don't you say Harden put no team on his shoulders? Don't you say that?
Though.
He
did. He did. You got to give him credit for that. He did.
For what? What team did he put on his shoulders?
The Rockets.
Harden had a lot of. Maybe not his first year, but he had a lot of help that Houston was doing trying to.
Did he ever make the conference finals as a Rocket?
Yeah,
he made it once. Yeah,
they lost to what? The Warriors,
Golden State. Yeah,
they
might have made it twice. They may.
I mean, the bubble. Did they get to the conference finals in the bubble?
No,
we're not counting that.
No, they got that twice. I just
Rachel Nichols championship.
Yeah, but Harden. All right, so let me talk about Harden and Rockets and when he put the team on his back. Yeah, he did have help. I'm not saying he didn't have help. However, the way that team was orchestrated, it was all Harden for 4 quarters. So if they failed, it was based on him missing shots, and if they succeeded, it was based on him making shots. You know, and I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying that the same way Luka is playing, everything is on his shoulders. It don't have to be. But that's how he played. That's his play style.
Yeah.
So Harden did that.
I hear you. We spoke of tonight's game with the Sixers, Heat, Mavericks, Suns. Let's kind of chit chat about yesterday's playoff games. First game of the day, you had Bucks and Celtics. Kind of give your synopsis on how that game went and how you think that series is going to turn out.
So. Like I told y'all, what's up, Matt? Like I told y'all before, right? I don't know if y'all been seeing me go off and man down lately. But I've been telling people I'm like a middle linebacker. I'm calling the play out before the snap, and that's what I'm doing these basketball games. I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen, based on what I think the NBA wants to happen. And
that's why John didn't get the foul call last night.
Well, that's another topic, but everyone's seen the sweep from the Boston Celtics and how they played and how their defense was, and everybody went high and right and was like, "Oh, I'm picking the Celtics in 6 against the Bucks," right? And I told everybody, the NBA wants Giannis to advance. The Celtics stand no chance, and I told them that. And I don't know if
I wish you would have told me. Because I bet the Celtics minus 4.5 a part of like a 6-leg parlay, and that was the only one I lost. I would have turned $15 into like 780 if you would have told me, man.
Y'all wasn't paying attention. Look, I'm about to send you my Lamar. I'm about to send you some of the messages I was putting out to everybody. I was trying to tell them what was about to happen. Where is that right here? There you go. This is exactly what I said. I said Boston got a rude awakening coming in to them real soon, because if they think the NBA is going to allow them to assault Giannis the way they did KD, they're mistaken. Right. So
you shared that in your group, right? Or that was one of your
I shared it in the group about 4 days ago before the season.
That was one of your I popped in real quick, but that was one of your comments or the description of the show, because I remember reading that alert and I was like, oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. So starting with the Bucks Celtics, I knew that they probably was gonna I didn't know how physical they was gonna call it or how they was gonna allow it to play out, but I knew Giannis was going to be hands off the merchandise all night long. You're not gonna be able to touch him, right? He's going to get his foul calls. He's going to allow. They're going to allow him to play his game. That's what you do with your superstars in the NBA. You don't do anything to hinder them from entertaining us. So we when people pay their money to come see Giannis play,
they want to see him play.
They want to see him play.
Yeah.
Don't hinder that. Right. So I knew that was gonna let him play, and I knew he was gonna take precedence over Tatum and Brown.
Okay.
And some of the whistles were kind of tailored that way, and it was it was actually almost as obvious as
it was a total switch from what was going on with
Brooklyn.
Yeah. So they gave precedence to Tatum over KD in that game, and they let them assault KD, but you could barely touch Tatum. But now it's flipped. So,
man, I've never seen that style of basketball that they were letting Boston do against KD since like early 90s. That was
the last time I seen it was you remember Scarface, the movie? You remember when he was in prison when they first got here and they was playing basketball? It was like 30 on 30 on one rim. I seen that. I seen that type of style in that. That's
in what? In Nick?
No. He was saying the damn defense that they was playing. It's Scarface.
Yeah, and I thought he said in Nick at the end.
No.
It glitched. So I missed what he said.
It said against the Nets, man.
Oh, it glitched. I heard no, and then it glitched. I'm sorry.
They was assaulting that man, dog.
They were. They allowed it. They let them do it. And I push against anybody who says KD needs to bulk up and he can't play against physical defense, because just last year when the Nets played the Bucks and PJ Tucker was playing as physical as you can play defense against Kevin Durant, and it was just the same amount of
busting their ass,
and he still averaged 35.
Celtics are about to give PJ Tucker like $80 million a year because that guy on that team, the way he plays, is a perfect fit.
I mean, he perfect for Miami too.
Yeah, he's both, because you're looking at teams that are going to play hard-nosed defense start to finish, and they did it from the start. Well, not Boston; they picked up the end of January. But when you're playing that hard-nosed style of defense and you're in someone's face and you are playing that hard, you're making the referees make decisions.
Yeah,
because you are at that level and you are at that intensity and you are at that locking down.
Hey, you're either gonna foul out or you're gonna lock down. It's one or the other.
They're not gonna change their tempo or their tone or their style until the calls start going against them, and then the coach is gonna have to say, "Hey, we got to back up a little bit." But when you're assholes from the tap to the final buzzer, you're making the refs make some serious decisions.
Correct.
So kudos to them. I mean, I know they beat the Nets. I know it would have been a different series if you had Simmons just defensively to put on Tatum to rest KD, but KD burnt a lot of energy having to cover Tatum and just wasn't himself. You could tell they missed Joe Harris. Joe Harris could have been chasing guards around instead of Kyrie. They could have put Kyrie and Durant on different players who lessened the blow. But kudos to the Celtics, man. They had a good game plan. They had a good match. It was the worst possible matchup for the Celtics.
It's funny. It's funny you talk about defense, because the defense, you see how the Celtics started playing more defense. They shoot up to one of the top teams in the East, and then you look at a team in the West that can't even make it to the play-in. So I mean, I rest my case on that. Let's go.
I mean, it's obvious that Boston just has a better winning pedigree throughout the years, and nobody can ever root for a man wearing purple.
First of all, I look good in purple. It's a real color of royalty.
I didn't notice until after I said the comment. But Mel's got purple on the wall back there.
I got a lot of purple. I
do it, and I didn't do it as a dig as you. I just did it at Lamar as a Laker fan. So I just want you to know that we're still on the same page, and we're still fuck Lamar though.
Let's go over to to me, which I think is the most interesting series of these four, Warriors and Grizz. Give me a take on last night's game and how you think this series is going to turn out.
The reason why I like this series is because I don't see an effort to give one team the advantage over the other one, like I see in the Boston and Buck series. So this one, if you want to watch basketball without a lot of bias call in it, this is the series for it. And in the Phoenix series as well with Luka. Those two series are going to be not really tampered with, and to a certain extent the Miami Heat and Philly series as well, but Ja Morant, I don't think he's going to have those type of 30-point games too many more times in this series. I mean, because if they're going to be letting him shoot jump shots and stuff like that, so he's going to be off at least two of those games out of the series. So
he's going to have to make those shots.
He's going to have to. So I mean, last game was close, but if they count on Ja Morant to get him 35, one of these games is going to be a blowout unless somebody else show up.
I'm looking at that game last night on Golden State side, and what a play by Klay Thompson. Great play on that ending series. Ja Morant pretty much came off. And the guy that had the ball, Klay was guarding him, and he immediately saw Ja shooting straight to the cup. And all he did was turn around to his right, followed him, just put his hand up, forced him to you either go and take the contact and go in and go up for a shot for the layup, or like Nick said earlier in today's show, he pretty much kind of floated away and kind of finger rolled it, but he just couldn't get a good shot off because of Klay's smart
I
IQ.
thought if you would have known at the moment, excuse me, if Ja leaned into it instead of kind of fading away and avoiding the contact, if Ja went into the contact, you would have known at that moment if Ja's a superstar or not. Because if you get the call on a game-deciding moment against another superstar and what's been a championship team, the league would have said right then and there, Ja's a superstar. He's getting these calls now. But he avoided the contact and went lefty and dipped away from it. I wish to God he would have went into it, took the body hit, and then you would have known right then and there, this is the guy they want pegged next. But he faded off of it, and I was like, God damn, I wish we knew that answer. But I still say Grizz in 6.
Oh no, it ain't gonna be no Grizz in 6. But but
here's my reason why.
Huh?
They played with the Warriors to the buzzer last night.
Mm-hmm.
First time getting a big series like this. They're dipping their toes in the water. They're seeing how it is, and I think that they are young and dumb enough to win a bunch of games. Oh, let me answer this for Matt. Matt commented on it. Joe Harris wouldn't have made the difference or been the savior, but having Ben Simmons and Joe Harris, who would have been the Nets' best 2 defenders, having those leads late in the game and blowing double-digit leads twice in a series, you have those guys on defense. You're throwing Tatum out. You're throwing Harris out on defense, and now you got arrested Irving and Durant. I think
you lose game
Harris
1 by a buzzer beater, so you lose 2 games that were real close and could have.
You don't think defense makes a difference if you have Simmons and Harris?
I agree with you. I mean, we've already talked about that. If you got Simmons that can slow down Tatum, and then at least slow down Jaylen Brown if he doesn't.
That was game 1. Game 2 and 3 were the ones that the Nets were up and they blew it.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that having 2 defenders like Harris and Simmons wouldn't have made a difference in the comebacks is what I'm saying. I don't know. Fuck Manhattan. Because whenever you watch movies, Matt, this is Matt's comment. Matt's a big Knicks fan and Giant fan. So me and him he's a good friend of mine, but we always bust each other balls. Yeah. Fuck Brooklyn. Bro, I'll tell you right now, all of these Apocalypse Now and the World Freezes Over movies, you never see anything happen at the Brooklyn. It's always Manhattan that goes first. So fuck the Knicks. Anyone named Nick and your team.
That's interesting.
He said that grandma. Oh yeah, he liked that Larry Johnson jersey in the back.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, but back to the play. So that was very crucial because Klay left his man before he even made the pass.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
He knew it was coming.
He knew it was coming. What the first indication was, you put your best player, who we know you want to give the last shot to, at half court with only 3 seconds left. So we already knew.
What did they do? Did they run Ja from the foul line up and then
No.
him
They ran him from
basket?
behind half court, bro.
Yeah, he was standing at half court being face
I saw
guarded.
the highlight, but I saw the highlight like as the pass was in motion, it started. So I didn't know if it was a up and then cut back like a. All right, go ahead.
It was a side out. Morant was at half court being face guarded, and Clay was guarding their power forward, which was Clark. And he came from the box and ran to the free throw line in a high post situation and caught the pass from the inbounds. As soon as he caught the pass, Ja Morant took off running down the left side and was supposed to get a backdoor pass.
Yeah,
right, a backdoor pass. So the guy that was face guarding him was trailing him on when he took off running. So if Clay wouldn't have left his man,
he had a wide open shot.
He wide open layup.
Yeah.
So as soon as his man went to the free throw line and Clay saw Ja Morant running, he knew what the play was. So as soon as he caught the pass, he didn't even defend his guy. He just left his guy
and went straight to Ja. Yeah.
And was already there for a contested layup against Ja. It was perfect.
Great.
Good anticipation, good contest, smart play by Clay, man.
Good basketball IQ. I mean, you don't, and that's what I love about Clay. And I know a lot of people had that argument. Hey, Clay or Steph, which one would you start a franchise with? I mean, you can make a case for each one, but with Clay, that's what I love. Yeah. That's what I love. Give me not just because we know the man can shoot. He could light you up on offense, but give me the defense. You know, give me that too. I like people that play defense in the basketball. You know, and can shoot. Like to me, that's.
Steph get a bad rap on not being a defender.
And I'm not saying that, man. And I'm not saying that because I've always defended Steph on his defense because. I think what Golden State Warriors, what they had built is a system like the Patriots. Like when you come to Golden State,
cheat at all costs.
No, not cheating. I'm just saying like there's a way that they do things, and it's either this way or you're probably gone. So they play defense, and they're definitely gonna shoot, but you got to play defense. I think that's just the system and the foundation that's in that since Mark Jackson started it. Steve Kerr helped build on top of it, and that's just the standard now. Like you're not just going to be a one-way player. And so I've always agreed with you, and I've always defended Steph that hey, he's going to give his effort on defense. I mean, is there sometimes he's going to get burnt? Yeah, I mean it happens, but he's going to contest. He's going to play defense because. When he's guarding people, that's how Steph ends up with some of those rebounds that he gets. And people don't even respect that part of his game. Because he's playing defense, sometimes he ends up in position to get a rebound. And his rebound stats looks good. So Steph is I've always said this about Steph. I even that was one of my first shorts when he made 3,000 a read past Reggie Miller against the Knicks earlier this year. And I said he's more than just a three-point shooter.
Yeah, I remember that.
Steph plays ball.
Yeah. So here's another good point about that series, though. So Ja Morant is the Grizzlies' best player. Ja Morant's best skill set.
So now Steven Adams doesn't exist.
Ja Morant's best skill set is his best skill set is getting to the hole and getting to the rim for dunks and layups. Yeah. You seen what and how important jump shot, 3-point shot, mid-range shot is to a superstar to have, because at the game they had 3 seconds and the best play they could draw up was getting Ja Morant running full speed. They try to get a layup at the rim, and the reason why he probably avoided that contact, Nick, is because everyone knows that the ref's not going to bail you out with contact
in that moment.
In that moment, so you can get the contact and not even be able to get a good shot off because you got fouled, but you won't go to the line because they're not going to decide the game with a whistle. Yeah, that's why get
that call.
Maybe not.
If the shoe is reversed and that's the Warriors and that's Steph going to the basket, he's getting that call.
Steph wouldn't have went to
Jordan in the day, he's getting that call.
Jordan wouldn't have went to the basket,
getting that call.
He wouldn't have went. That's why Jordan pulls up from the elbow.
Okay,
mid-range.
I'm just saying names. like not that specific play itself. I'm talking about contact at the buzzer. Steph gets that call. Jordan will get it. LeBron would have got it. Kobe would have got it. Tim Duncan would have got it.
Can you name a time when they did get it? Can you name a time where Jordan, LeBron,
I drink
Kobe,
entirely too much
Steph,
to pull that out.
Can you name a time they won a
No,
game?
I can't name a time where they got a call like that late. I cannot name it.
But that's my point.
I can name probably 20 college ones because I'm a bigger college fan than I am NBA fan. And I'm not being funny with that. But
yeah,
college game is different.
But my whole point is no one wants to go in the belly of the beast for the game winner. They want to be able to pull up from the elbow and hit the jump shot. And Grizzlies
and the league wants that because it takes the call out of the ref and the whistle, right? The league wants you to pull up because they want a clean, smooth, non-controversial ending.
Sure.
But I think you would have seen if Ja's that dude, he goes into it, he gets hit, and the shot hits the side of the backboard, and they know it's a foul. If you're letting that go, it says, yeah, you're not there yet, buddy. But if he gets the call, it speaks volumes.
Maybe. If he was that dude, he would have pulled up mid-range and rose up over.
No. I mean, in terms of the league, are you that dude? You're getting this call, not in terms of the gameplay or the decision for him on himself.
I get what you're saying.
So are you saying it? Are you saying in the context that the refs are calling it, Nick?
Yeah. Not him deciding what to do with the play. If he took the contact and the ball goes off the side of the backboard and the foam, if the refs blow the whistle in the retroscope of the league, he's that dude. I'm not saying he's that dude hitting the winning shot. I'm saying if he took the contact and went into it, got the call, the ball goes crazy, and we all know he got fouled. We're gonna let that call go, or is it he's that guy? He gets that call.
I got you.
Okay. Sorry if I mixed that up.
But here's the interesting part, man. I just want to piggyback off this. You said Ja's biggest strength is getting to the cup, and I agree with you. And I think we've agreed on kind of the comparisons of D Rose and a little bit of Allen Iverson in there.
Who's my guy?
Who?
Dwayne Wade. I see Dwayne Wade when I look at Ja. Because Dwayne Wade, when he first came in, had that athleticism, that explosion, that finishing over big guy factor. Yeah. When I look at Ja, I see Dwayne Wade 100%. And the AI and the Rose, because Rose was similar to Wade, right? Before the ACLs went. He was a get to the cup, finish it with freakish athleticism, could jump over big guys. Iverson had a better jump shot to start, but I think Ja can develop into that. But when I look at Ja right now, where he's at in year 3, I see Dwayne Wade 100%.
But in a good comparison, but I think that what the bigger thing that needs to get spoken of is you're right. Once he saw Clay peel off his guy, he needs to step back and shoot a mid range,
or find John Paxson.
Well,
or Steve Kerr, right?
But for me, and I don't know if you agree with this, Mel, but does that say that he maybe Josh not confident in that jumper?
Well, I mean, he's so when all right. So let me. This might be a long answer. Give me like.
No, go ahead. No, hey. No. Take your time. I mean, we in overtime. We in overtime. It's okay.
So the short answer is no. He's not confident in it, but it's more to it than that. So when your jump shot is the last thing that you develop in your game, that also means you're more confident in your other things that you develop early. So he's always going to be more confident in his shots around the rim because he's been doing it for the longest because that's what he's been good at. But getting to the league and having people back off of you your rookie year and giving you the jump shot or giving you the three has forced you to develop a 3-point shot, right? But when it's 4 seconds,
even the mid-range jumper, too.
So you can develop good enough to hit it and score 34 points. And he was hitting his jump shot that night. But when it's 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock, you're going to go to your most comfortable shot, which is going to the rim. Right?
And all through youth sports, high school, and college, he's been so much faster than everybody else. Yeah. He's been able to get to the rim.
Yep.
And now that you're in the NBA and guys with equal athleticism are dropping off to help, or the big guys have athleticism to get to the rim and block it, that's when you start to see the light bulb go off, and it's, oh man, I just can't go and dunk on everyone all the time. Sure, you're good enough, you're great enough to get it off every once in a while, but that's the point where reality hits, and you're like, once I beat my guy, I got to develop that mid-range jumper before the big guys get to me or before I get double teamed. So I think that that's where he's at in his career, and that would be the one, if only, thing that guy has to work on in his game, because his game is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It's good.
Last question, Mel, and I'm gonna get you up out of here because I definitely appreciate you hopping on. You're able to predict a lot of things and more, you know, and you know, I think you love to relish in when you're writing and let us know about this. So here's your
Me and
opportunity.
Mel are brothers from another mother with that.
So here's your opportunity to have
shit.
another moment. The way that Ja plays, give me an idea number of years that he could possibly play left in the league. Because I'm worried.
Really?
I'm worried that his game, the way he plays, might have a D Rose trajectory where he's very explosive, getting to the rim. But like I think we all agree, you got to get this jump shot, bro, just to at least prolong your career, because you can't dunk over everybody, and that's still taxing on the body. All that leaping and coming down, and that's taxing on the knees. So I'm not trying to jinx my brother, knock on some wood, but just how explosive he is. And we saw it with D Rose. I mean, I'm worried about the bruh. So I don't know if this is going to be a elongated career. You know what I'm saying? Am I fair to have those worries?
100% fair. So I mean, unless you built like LeBron, then you know, when you're using your athleticism as your main skill set and your leaping ability and your speed, then what you have is what I like to call a depreciating skill set, because his skill set is all physical, and that's the thing that depreciates over the years.
It's
even
like
if
drafting a running back in the NFL, right? The minute you draft him, it's all downhill with the wear and tear.
Even without an injury, he is declining in his main skill set, right? Or a person like Steph Curry, whose major skill set is shooting, that's never going to decline. It's going to stay steady. I mean, maybe an injury might make it decline. Maybe, you know, he loses his legs or something like that. But for the most part, the more he shoot, the better he's going to get at it. Right. So he has an asset that, or skill set, is almost appreciating. Right. So everybody that you saying that's a point guard or a guard that uses athleticism as his main superpower, Westbrook, D Rose, anybody of that nature, you only got so many jumps in your knees, you know, and you putting so much torque on your body, especially he's trying to dunk on anybody, you know what I'm saying? So you're even the jumping and the landing is putting so much on those knees. Like I said, knock on wood, even without injury, he's not going to be the same in seven years. But the good thing about Ja is he's just not only a leaper like Westbrook was. Ja actually passes the ball and runs the team like a point guard on caliber, on par with someone like Rondo. So at his very worst, if he don't have the leaping ability no more, he just won't be your main scorer anymore, but he could still be Rondo.
Westbrook get your team involved.
Yeah,
that's why
Westbrook
I see Dwayne
Rondo.
Wade when I look at him, because everything you just described, that athleticism, that finishability, and don't forget, Dwayne Wade did not come in as a mid-range jump shooter. He evolved into that. When he beat you, if you tried to cut him off, he could hit the mid-range jump shot. He wasn't a pure point guard, but he had the ball in his hands a lot because of his ability. And that's what I see when I look at Ja. I see a guy who may have the ball and be ball dominant a lot, like a Westbrook, like a Dwayne Wade, like a D Rose. But I just think I really believe in the kid. Like, if it sounds corny, tell me. But like, I really enjoy watching. What?
It's corny.
It might be, but I watched his skill set. I've watched him evolve over the last 3 years, and it's like Giannis, right? When you watch Giannis, you didn't think he'd be able to shoot a three. We were making fun of it 2 years ago. You didn't think he'd be able to make a free throw. We were making fun of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I believe in him like a lot of people believed in Giannis. Why can't he develop the mid-range jumper?
Yeah.
Why can't he become a better shooter, which makes his game that much more dangerous? But I just look at him and I see an elite, supreme talent. And when you looked at KD, he checked all the boxes. When you look at Giannis, he came in, no frame, developed it. No free throw shooting, developed it. Couldn't hit a three, developed it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Why can't y'all become that player who just keeps bringing his game?
I think he can.
He
just needs to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, he can and he will because he's already a better shooter than he was as a rookie. And the shot mechanics is there. Like, you know, when I see Westbrook shoot, and everybody was like, yeah, he's got to develop it. And you look at him like, nah, the mechanics just not there. Like it's kind of similar to Shaq or something like that. Like Westbrook, he's never going to be. I mean, he just don't even have the good smooth mechanics. Like he just don't have it.
It's a great. He's the Shaq of guards.
He pretty much is. But
I'm not knocking it. Like my head blew up when I heard that.
Ja Morant has the good mechanics. He's got a good follow through. So he'll be a good shooter in the next 4 or 5 years. But
wow, that long you think?
I mean, he's already okay. He's already good now. But it's average to above average if he gets hot.
And I can make another comparison. His first step is so elite and his jumping ability is so great. What made Jordan a great mid-range jump shooter? He dogged you on the first step and he out-jumped you. And when he got comfortable from shooting from his peak, he was unstoppable because nobody like Craig Elo could get up there and block it. So
but he also had a picture-perfect form. And
his form. Oh, absolutely. When you look at form, you teach that.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey's swing, Jordan's release.
Yeah,
those are what you teach.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless you're bringing Dan Marley into the conversation.
Yeah. Hey, Marley can shoot though. He can shoot.
Thunder Dan was great. Thunder Dan was the first Steph Curry.
Don't forget the add on to that that list you just had. Michael Jordan shooting form, Griffey swing, and Cam Newton's throwing mechanics. all of those.
Who? I'm sorry. I don't recognize the name. I only follow current NFL quarterbacks. Can you expand? Maybe send me a United Way commercial or something.
Put it on the list. The throwing mechanic, the follow through is just perfect.
That follow through is perfect. That thing pretty, dog.
Yeah.
For those watching the show who don't know,
they don't. No, we don't need to explain the sarcasm, bro. The sarcasm, just let it marinate, bro. You messing up the mojo, bro. You
fucking New World Order over here taking over with this tight ass shirt that don't fit him anymore, but he still wanted to rock it.
Because here's the thing. This is how I know that you a rookie at smoking, because you are trying to kill my high right now by letting
I'm smoking a cigar. I'm smoking a Tuo Fuente.
No, you are. But I'm saying this is how you're trying to kill my high, is not letting that moment just marinate of the good sarcasm, the inside joke. Just let it rock.
I was bringing everyone else in on the joke, man.
They don't need to know. That's what I'm saying. That's the joy of it.
Rule number one of sarcasm and telling jokes: if you got to explain it,
it ain't funny.
You're right.
I wasn't explaining the joke. I was letting everyone else in on the joke. I got
waka waka.
You know what, man? You know what I'm going to say to you, and I hate that I'm about to say this. I hope that screw in the wall holding the Larry Johnson jersey gives up in the middle of the night.
Isn't that good?
It looks perfect, bro. Good work.
See that joint in there. It ain't going.
Earthquakes get hit out in California, and the town will be in rubbles, but the Larry Johnson jersey will still be up.
Right there.
The Muhammad Ali right here. Everything's in there good, man. It's number champions.
Send me a picture of the Muhammad Ali. You got my number, right? Or you got me on Facebook? We going mobile.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that Sonny Lister or is that Foreman?
You know what? I don't even know.
I
usually
you could have fucking told me it was Al Michaels, and I would have believed you.
All right, man. So try to act like it's not 1-0 apiece with the Bucks, Celtics, Warrior Grizz. Who's winning those series in your opinion? And then who you think winning in Sixers, Heat, Maverick, Suns, and we'll get you up out of here.
Okay, so Bucks will win the Celtics series. Everybody think it's going 7, but I only think the Celtics would get 2 games at home, so they might get this game 2, and then they get game 5. But that's it. It's only going 6. So Bucks going to win that one.
Bucks
The Warriors, Grizzlies.
Do you see this going 7 at all? Do you see any way this goes 7, or do you have it ending in like earlier?
The
5 or 6?
Bucks Celtics. If
No, the Warriors. I think you moved on the Warriors Grizz, right?
Oh, Warriors Grizz. Do I see it going 7?
Any way you could see it going that far, or do you just think it's a team not ready yet?
They're
like
not ready yet.
Like a Bulls in the 80s against the Pistons. Like you knew they weren't ready yet, but you saw them on the brink of it.
They're not ready yet.
Okay. Talking about Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis not ready yet, but I give them 2 games, so they'll go 6 as well. Warriors will win.
So you're going Warriors in 6. I'm going to go Grizz in 6. You probably people would bet you more than me, but I don't know. I just think Ja is that dude. I think that he can. I think he can steal a few games, and I think the rest of the team can get hot a little bit and make those shots.
Yeah. See, you know the mistake you making though with that, Nick. See, when the reason why I predict
been on a small market team in the NBA?
No, it ain't got nothing to do with small market, right? So this is the deal, right? When people start looking at football and basketball and start picking games, they literally pick based on what they know about the game, X's and O's wise. So you being a football player and a football coach and all that stuff, you're putting your brain together and it's like, man, the X's and O's, they got the grunts up front, blah, blah, blah. And you forget to add that part of the equation, the business side. What does the league, what does the league want? Because the league can.
Well, that's kind of what I meant with the Jordan against the Pistons. It's not their time yet, meaning the league didn't anoint them. If Ja wins an MVP, he's anointed. Giannis won the MVP.
But guess what? As soon as they decided that we're going to rock with, instead of rocking with dynasties, because before MJ was the new marketing blueprint, the blueprint was dynasties. A great player with a dynasty. It was a Lakers dynasty, a Celtics dynasty, and then Detroit Bad Boys Pistons started them in the dynasty, right?
Yeah.
Right. They
clipped it,
and then they decided, you know what? I think this Jordan kid might be a better solution to marketing this league versus Bad Boy Pistons. So what did they do to make sure Jordan got past the Pistons? They stopped allowing the
hand checking.
No, not the hand checking. They still allow the hand checking, but they stopped allowing the type of fouls that Detroit was doing on Michael Jordan.
Oh, like sure the hard fouls. Yeah.
Right. And that's all they needed to do. All right. So they favored Jordan over the Pistons, and that's how MJ got. And I think that's why Isaiah don't respect MJ as much, because he knew I had your number and the league saved you. Right? The league saved you. So
I was busting your ass.
I was busting your head and the league saved you, right? You know what I mean? So anyway, with that being said, Nick think the Grizzlies is going to go because he think they got a good squad, and I'm telling you, it's based on what and how they call the game, and they're going to call the game to favor the team that they want to advance. That's just what they're going to do every series. You get what I'm saying? So it sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. But 80% of the time, it's probably going to work if you're favoring a team. If you have a physical team playing against a finesse team, and then you call the game for more physicality, quite naturally, it's going to put the finesse team at a disadvantage. Now, if that finesse team just don't miss shots, then it ain't nothing they can do. You know what I'm saying?
Can't do this shit about nothing. Yeah. Like I think that's why when it comes to the element you're talking about, what's business wise, they hate the Warriors because Steph and Clay gonna be like, man.
Yeah. But the Warriors would do well for them money wise. So and that's why I think it's only 3 options that you have for this finals. It's either gonna be Bucks Suns rematch or Bucks Warriors. I mean, there's no other option.
Yeah. Obviously, Embiid's out. At least miss game 1. Probably going to miss game 2 for sure. Don't know for foreseeable future. Do you see Philly at all getting anything depending on the injury?
They'll get one game. They get one. Look, because I don't think Embiid's coming back. Right, I don't think Embiid's coming back. And even if he does come back wearing that mask, and he still got that thumb ligament tear. So he was already playing kind of bad before he got his face smashed because his thumb was jacked up on his shooting finger.
Who does he think he is? Rip Hamilton or Keith Van Horn? He can't succeed.
Right, exactly. So I think he's definitely gonna miss game 2. From what I hear, that injury is a 3-week injury at least. They're trying to say he's coming back in a week or 2. So if they bring him back too early, game 3,
that might be the one.
Yeah, that might be the one they get, and then they'll lose game 4 again, and then I don't think they'll be able to get any in Miami. So
I think that's it.
Yeah, 4-1 Miami on that one.
Gentlemen sweep, good.
Gentlemen sweep, yeah.
Suns and Mavericks. Who's taking that one and win?
The Suns are so much better than the Mavericks. It should be a 4-0 sweep. But
I like how you said should.
It should be, but it won't be. Because you got to account for the league giving one of their favorite players at least a game. I mean, Luka's got to get at least a game, and he might even get 2. So I'm gonna say 4-2 on that one as well. I don't know how the Mavs go get those games. I mean, it might just be obvious manipulation, but they're going to get 2.
When he dropped 45 tonight and they lost.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a wrap.
They was losing by
sweep that shit.
15, 16 points the whole game, but toward the end they made a little run. But Phoenix was playing with their food. That's how it was.
Yeah. All right, man. One more time, man. Let the people know about all your content and where they can find you at.
His favorite website, makingfunofnick.com.
Hey, I just started tweeting. So if you want to have a funny follow and listen to me tweet all this trash talk that I talk during the games about these players, follow me on Twitter, man. Man Down Sports on Twitter, and then the Man Down Podcast Network on YouTube. Go and subscribe, and then you just come and talk trash with me, man. That's all I do is talk junk. So,
all right, man. I appreciate you, my brother.
Now
man.
You got a picture of a soccer field?
Where?
On your Twitter.
Do I?
I don't know. It says Man Down Sports, and it's got a picture of a soccer field.
Oh, sure. I ain't know that.
Going in January to Man Down Sports 1.
I don't think that's me. Not the soccer field. No.
It
should be my logo. It should be my logo.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
Take a screenshot of your Twitter page and shoot it to me in Messenger.
Go at Man Down P.
Man Down, no spaces.
No spaces.
Man Down P.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He's about to plug the rest of his content once he helps the old man with his technology mishap.
They helping me get his own damn name right. He gave the wrong name. I'm trying to help him, tight ass 1999 NWO shirt. Calm down, bitch.
No, quit hating because I actually got arm muscles.
You're dressed like a heroin addict.
What it is you're a hater because I actually have arm muscles. Because I usually I'm good at slapping the shit out of people.
Yeah,
better.
So you're gonna be like Peter Griffin in spandex. The second you take
let me throw that out there one more time,
drop your belly.
Nick. Let me throw that out one more time for Jack. So on YouTube, Man Down Podcast Network, right? So
that I know. That I follow.
Go sub on that, and then for Twitter, Man Down P.
Yes, Man Down P, and it's got the.
And that's it. Oh, and then Facebook, Man Down Podcast as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why we had to knock my food. I
No,
mean,
it's all good.
I
But
don't know
look,
why we had to
appreciate Male for Man Down Podcast Network. I definitely make sure y'all follow, subscribe, like, share, spread the word on what they got going on. We've done many collaborations. Always respect Mel's take on basketball. Like I said, when I want to talk basketball and I want answers, I go to that man. That's our basketball guru. So on behalf of him and Man Down Podcast Network, the big homie Nick Shine, I am Mark Hartmar. We did a little bit of overtime today, a little 30 minutes, but we had to roll out the red carpet for Hollywood down there. Man Down Podcast, man.
Man, you better stop.
Hey,
but look,
you put a pretty little bow on the show.
pull up on
Do
it.
not call him Hollywood because we already dogged Hollywood Brown. So Hollywood is not a compliment.
No, you dog Hollywood. I'm giving his props for that 1,008 yards on a run team as his second option. I'm giving him them props. But look, hey, peace
He
and
would have
love,
been at
everybody.
960 if Lamar didn't shit his pants and come back at the end of the game and hit him with the game-winning touchdown.
It's okay. He had the dookie. It's okay. But peace and love, everybody. Come back tomorrow, same midnight hour, same Mark Hartmar. It's been real. Y'all have a fantastic.
No, be good, brother. Lamar, I'll talk to you tomorrow.